Hey, this is Rod Beckwith, and I'm here to show you how to use Recipe Author. Okay, so the first things first, let's go ahead and log out of here. And you're going to get your email address as your login, and it will automatically generate a password, which you can change once you log in. Okay, so let's log in here. First thing you see is dashboard. There are a couple of ads here. As placeholders, we'll be doing some different things in those areas in the future. And I kind of want to give you a feel for what the industry size is for recipe and cookbooks, which is $228 million, which is a pretty decent sized market with an annual growth rate around 3%. So it is growing, not a breakneck speed, but you'll definitely make money on the market. Okay. Eventually what we're going to do is we'll be having some statistics here showing, you know, how many books are in the system, how many recipes, and that sort of thing. As it stands right now, just have a welcome message and that sort of thing. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is kind of explore the area, explore the tabs, and see what's in there. The first thing what we want to do is to start on your journey here is to search some recipes. So what you're going to do is type in a keyword for something that you're interested in generating a recipe book for. So I was thinking that since it's near the holidays, why don't we type in Christmas and see what kind of recipes it pulls back. I'll just do a couple of sites for brevity's sake, and let's see what it does. What you'll notice is that well, it worked pretty fast. We do have a caching system, so once keywords are entered and it pulls back some recipes, you will notice that it's a lot quicker than it would be if you just were doing it your first time a keyword comes up. Okay, so it found 20 matches for Christmas, and if you hover over the actual recipe here, it'll show the recipe and instructions on how to prepare the dish. Okay. Now, many times it'll pull back, depending on if the whoever created the initial recipe had prep, cook, and total times in there, and the yield that'll be here. Sometimes it'll pull back a little bit of garbage there, but just kind of ignore that. That can also be modified manually. Okay, so it gives you the prep, cook, and total time. You can always go in and click on it after, of course, you save it. So next thing you want to do is save your collection, and now they're saved into a database. Okay, and at this point, you can delete a recipe. You can change the order. Let's see if you want to move this one to the top, and there you go. So you just swap spaces. So if you want to order these differently for your book, because this is how the order that they're in right now is how they'll show up in the book itself. Okay. So we're not going to delete anything. We can go back to collections now, and we can see that Christmas is in here along with some other recipe collections that I have. All right, so we go back in and we can view these, and at this point we can decide, well, do we want to add another recipe into this? We can do that manually. So if there's another, say, recipe or that you have that you want to enter in there that's that's not one of these, then you just simply click on new recipe, and you can add an image and that sort of thing, read instructions for the new recipe. Okay. All right, that's pretty much that. So we can go over to my ebooks. I already have a couple of them in here, but let's say we're going to do the Christmas one. We're going to add a new book. Let's see, 20 excellent Christmas recipes. We say classic. Okay, we always select the recipe collection. If you already have an e-cover, you can grab one. Now down here, also be mindful of the file format requirements for the cover. You can change the color of the blocks inside the book, so there'll be the title, the time, the yield, and ingredients, and you'll see more what I mean when I actually open a recipe book. Okay, so we're going to add the ebook. Click on it. Okay, now it's added. So we go back to our ebooks, and there it is. Now you can download it in any of these 4 formats, which is HTML, Microsoft Word, PDF, or Mobi for uploading directly into Kindle. Alright, and you can go back and you can edit it. So we can do that. And once we go back down here, we can also add pre and post content. So that means that you can add a copyright page at the beginning, or you can add instructions for people to go post a review for you or anything like that, or you can generate an email list by putting in a link to your an opt-in page or something like that for updates on the book or a new book that you're coming out with. Okay, so I'll click on that, and it gives you a nice HTML as WYSIWYG editor, so you can create whatever you want on the page. You can add images, you can put links in it, whatever you want. There's several different tools, and you can tell it whether you want it before your book content or after your book content. Okay, so we're going to do that right now. For brevity's sake, I will go on to the next thing, which is your e-covers. Now you can create flat or 3D e-covers. You can also upload your own cover. All right, 3D covers are based off of what you already have in there. So as you can see, there's different types of covers you can do. This is all done in Flash. We're actually working on a completely new e-cover system, because this one is pretty limited in what you can do with it, and you also unfortunately can't bring in any new images. You can only use what they have in their colors. So the one's coming along pretty well. We should have it in the next few weeks installed into the system. We'll keep this one here, so in case you want to make some sort of other types of covers, but we'll also have 2 different kinds of covers that you can create. Okay, and your profile area here is pretty much only 2 things that are, well, 2 or 3 things in here. Of course, your first and last name, your email address, and your password into the system. And also we have integrated access. So if you have a Best Spinner account, that you can enter this information here, and you can spin text the descriptions in your recipes. So let's say we go back into here, and you go into this recipe here, and then you can add your spin text in here and change things according to copyright law, because the ingredients themselves really can't be copywritten or anything like that, but the instructions on how to put things together are. So this information must be changed. Now, I'm not a lawyer or anything like that. I just know that so you don't want to get into any copyright trouble. So please do make sure that you change this by at least 50 to 60%. Okay, change this information, and that's why we added that in there. Okay. Now, let's see. The help area is basically the video that I'm recording now, and over here, the bonuses. I've got one in there right now. It's a Kindle cheat sheets, a bunch of helpful information on doing things within Amazon's world. So that'll be helpful. And in the future, I'll be making a couple of other tabs up here. One will be for marketing, which will give you the ability to push up your books to a number of Facebook groups, forums that accept books, and websites, blogs, and that sort of thing. So that'll be really helpful. And then another tab, which will be up here, will be a review engine, which will allow you to go to Amazon and it'll pull down people that that like to review books, and specifically on recipe books and that sort of thing. So you'll be able to pull them down and then email them asking them for a review. Okay, so that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, please do make sure that you email support@recipeauthor.com, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. And I hope that you enjoy this piece of software and use it to help make your recipe book creation process easier. All right? And this is Rod Beckwith. Thank you and have a great day.